There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, welcome back everybody to the Yonkō Table. That is the voice of yours one and truly, GrandMasterHoop. Yes, that's GrandMasterHoop at the helm today, talking about the newest episode of Demon Slayer. And boy, oh boy, Demon Slayer has been kind of knocking it out the park lately, if I like to say so myself. So we're here on debut day, episode whatever of this arc, the entertainment district. Before we get into things, with me as always is fellow Yonko, DrJaceAttorney. Dr. Jace, welcome back to the table. See you handing me the helm today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I feel like this should be a great day for any Demon Slayer fan because there was greatness in the animation, greatness in the fight sequences, and I'm ready to talk about it. Put some respect on my boy, Tengen Uzui.
Much deserved respect for the guy, and we'll get into this, but put some respect on this sickle wielding dude too.
Gyutaro,
right? Whatever his name is, we'll get into it. But the boy put up a good fight and is putting up a fight still. But hey, listen, we are never alone. We have some supernovas here for the ride. So let's hear who is joining us at the table today. All right, let's do this. All right, overall thoughts, folks. Just go on in and pour out your overall thoughts. This episode, again, we've been said it. And, you know, the last episode revealed it too, that another demon would come into the play. And although it is kind of formulaic at this point, it's how they sell it is how Demon Slayer wins over its audience. And they sold it here. This dude came ready, to draw some blood. As Dr. J said, great animation. And actually now everybody's here. Everybody is here, ready to go. Ready to, try to decapitate these demons. And it was just a great episode. I had a lot of fun watching this episode. I was actually watching it on my phone driving to Publix. Probably not the safest way of doing
you
things.
were driving to Publix?
Oh, yeah, man.
Probably call the cops right now.
Right. I mean, the crime is already done. I didn't hit anybody. And I was watching it in Publix, too. It was a great experience no matter where you watched it. But overall, I definitely thought this was definitely a step up in Demon Slayer. For sure. How did everybody else feel? Were you satisfied overtly? Was it subpar? Is it too predictable? What's going on?
I guess I can go first. It's kind of predictable, but at the same time, it's still satisfying because they do such a good job with the animation. A lot of the things that we predicted in the first couple episodes that we did, like we knew there was going to be another demon. We knew the fight was not over. All of those things, it's kind of obvious. We know what's happening, but either way, the characters are intriguing. Their powers are fun to see. And I mean, I'm going to say it again. The animation in this show is top tier. Personally speaking, I think it has the best animation out of any anime show I've seen in recent time. So far, it's keeping me hooked. Plus, I'm still interested in seeing what those villains are about. What's their backstory? So waiting on that.
I'm waiting for the sob story because we're gonna get it. We get it with every demon, so that's how I know the fight's not over. We still don't know, their tragedy that led them to becoming demons. So.
Actually, they dropped some hints today where the girl, the female demon,
they dropped some.
She mentioned that every girl in the district is sold and used. So we know she used to be a prostitute or something along those lines in the entertainment district. And we know before that she got burned to death. So I'm assuming she was a demon, she was a prostitute and she tried to run away and they caught her and killed her. That's the logic I'm going to go with.
Or,
who knows?
but building off of that, wasn't it like in the before episodes where she mentioned like, oh, I'm a demon. And then she's like, demons never get hungry. Demons never have anything to lose. And then it cuts to like these flashbacks, which are presumably her because it shows like a little girl. So there is something more to that, but they haven't revealed it yet.
They haven't fleshed it out.
Yeah. Coming back and having just watched them like all together today and caught up. I didn't expect any of this. I didn't expect another demon at all. So I found it actually very. I know that y'all said it was predictable, but I don't know. I found it very surprising when that demon came out of her head. I was like, or her body. I was like, oh shit, the fight's not over. Even though I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, it's done, moving on to the next big thing. But I am gonna say I don't know how I feel about my boy Tengen. He's because I love him, but he's getting a lot of emotional beats, and you know what that means,
right?
No, he's got something that Rengoku didn't have when he had his moment, and that's support. He's got support in the background. I think that's what I loved the most about this episode, because it shows the growth of the characters. You have Tanjiro monologuing in his head, basically saying, I learned why I couldn't put up a fight when Rengoku fought the number 3 demon. So now, I think so. I forgot how many months have passed since that time, but it's cool to see all these characters like jumping in saying, okay, we probably can't 1v1 these characters ourselves, but we could at least help out the big boys a little bit. And I like that.
That is true. And they also have my boy Zenitsu asleep for the fight. So
the best version of Zenitsu.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Apex. No.
Can you explain that, boo, please?
Because Zenitsu's has such a cool power. He has such a cool power, and I love him. Don't get me wrong; he's my favorite conceptually, but he's so annoying because he's always asleep. He only has one form. He only be doing anything if it's for a woman.
He's like Sanji.
He's like, you touched the girl, so bam, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. You should start just doing your job. But I'm just like, and he does all these all the training how he's done before, and I'm like, okay, can you give me a second form or a third form? So that's the only thing that I feel is he's becoming too gimmicky on that it's the same concept with him. And we'll see. I will say when he was throwing hands on this girl with this electric shit and it's I'm gonna take you out myself on the roof, I said, nice. Hopefully he'll get a second form. That'll be nice.
Well, he just needs to open his eyes. If he can open his eyes, if they could drop the gimmick it was funny, or you're right. It's too gimmicky at this point. I need him to open his eyes and be able to do all this while conscious. I don't get it. It makes no sense. But as Dr. Jace put it, the support. It was in that scene, Uzui. He was channeling Rengoku's energy too. That confidence, because he is poison. This dude has poison and he's like, oh, I'm immune to poison, but it's okay because I got my support. We even saw support from one of his wives who came in with that kunai cannon.
Nice.
That was cool to see too. And here, let's just talk about Uzui real quick, because I guess I'm starting to pick up on how this sound Hashirama works. He uses explosions which create loud sounds. He already has an acute sense of hearing, but then those kunais too, I thought, oh, maybe, I don't know, they're gonna vibrate and he can read or something, or maybe he purposely gets hit by kunais too to you can hear the movements of the sickles. I don't know. I'm trying to get a read on what's going on, but I'm impressed thoroughly by his skill set so far. What do y'all think about Uzui in this episode?
I think with the sound aspect, we know how, to a degree, we know how he utilizes sound to his advantage outside of fights. So he's very quick and very quiet when he's moving around, and he moves around very fast. So that's pretty important skill set. If you could move really fast and be quiet at the same time, that would lend to you being called the sound HASHIRA. But in terms of like the actual fighting part, I don't know. I'm still not getting like the sound vibe from him yet. Like, I don't know if it's like his swings create sonic booms or I don't know. Maybe it's with the explosions, like the little exploding pellets that he likes using. But I see where you're saying, like, where does the sound part of his title come into play in his combat? I see it outside of it. I see it when he's, trying to move about, but in terms of how he incorporates it into his fighting style, maybe we're gonna see some more of it. Because I know he was throwing in some sound names to some of his attacks, like fifth form, sound grating, slash, or whatever. I'm like, okay, but what did that have to do? What did that have to do with sound? Let's be honest.
Well, it's grating. It's like a cheese grater, right? He's sharpening his swords.
I guess.
I feel like he, because he's a shinobi, I feel like his character arc, like in this fight, is gonna be that he has to accept that he is a shinobi, which is like, like what his family instilled in him, but in his own way. So I think there's a lot of deception going on with his attacks. Like, there's a lot of deception where he, like, people think that they haven't figured out, and then suddenly he's holding the blade within his fingertips.
Oh, and, that was really nice.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
It just seems like he hasn't pulled any of his tricks out from his bag yet, like his real tricks. Like,
okay.
There isn't like we haven't seen any of like his upper forms yet. So
right,
we'll see.
No, I agree with that. With the way he was holding the tip of the blade and the way the demon acknowledged, oh my god, the grip strength. I started thinking about it, like, you gotta have insane grip strength to hold the tip of a blade and swing it full force to try and cut someone's head off. I thought that. And
he extended it at the last second
extended
too.
It. Oh,
and he caught it. Yeah.
No. I think he's prediction is definitely he's gonna die. But
he can't die. It's copy and paste. They are not gonna kill him.
Oh no, Honey is definitely going to the grave. But I mean, the cool part of this episode, or rather this like villains, is the duality portion of it. I agree with you guys. I'm waiting for this backstory. One real big thing is like that they're like both like siblings, so they're like both like brothers and sisters and stuff. So it's like you call your brother sisters. So I wonder if they both became demons at the same time, or they're like both family members, or like what it was that like got them to consider that, if that is really important. Another thing is like I was like, well, brother and sister, they both have to get like cut at the same time. That'll be a cool way to have like, if it was like Nezuko and Tanjiro both like be the ones to kill him, because that would be dope. But I don't feel like that's gonna necessarily happen. It could though. And then again, the duality part, this guy has two swords, so I've just noticed that's like a really big like theme, is that it's always like twos and stuff like that, and they have to be cut at the same time, like their head. So I was like, well, this man's sword has that little sickle part in the middle. I wonder if he's gonna like chop them up both with the sword, or what the hell's gonna happen. But I'm still waiting for that moment, because there's still gonna be a double moment that happens like at the same time.
Is that the gimmick? You have to cut them both off at the same time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He assumed, yeah. He's like, because I remember he asked the question. He's like, I'm trying to figure out what to do with you two. Is it that I have to cut your heads at the same time? Is that what I have to do? And like, I don't know if they acknowledged it. Like, I don't know.
They said that none of them have done it ever. Like, out of the 14 or 15 Hashiras that the brother took out and 7 that she took out.
That's right.
They've never been able to cut both their heads off at the same time.
I mean, it makes sense because she wasn't disintegrating every time her head was chopped off. Because she's got to cut off like twice, 3 times now.
Right.
Right.
Also, the brother's eyeball went inside the sister's head.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder if they're gonna do like freaking Dragon Ball Morphin Time, something. I'm gonna like both like in together.
Oh god,
super crazy.
No.
That's very
Super
anime
crazy.
tropey though. If they
I can just imagine in Demon Slayer, it will be kind of body horror-esque. Like they're not just gonna bright light and suddenly they're a new person. No, you're gonna see, if that happens, you're gonna see like them like kind of divulge into each other, kind of nasty.
I mean,
which
he's
can't-
gross looking already. He's grotesque. He's like skin.
Yeah, he can't get worse.
I mean, he can if they combine. It just
Touche.
I mean, he's
Right.
scratching himself a lot. I think we said it last week. He reminds me of Shigaraki from
oh
My
My
Hero.
Hero.
Yeah.
Academia, like the scratching and the weirdness about him. He's even got the same hair. Color it white. He's Shigaraki.
Honestly, I wonder if the scratching thing is something that is part of the Japanese culture, because that's too significant villain that does some, like, you don't see that, at least in the West, a character being weird just scratching the side of their face. Like,
Might be a trope.
They
Yeah.
doing a little, blow or something
oh.
like that.
I mean, very much could be. He's very experimental with his poisons.
Is that the Taisho era secret that we're gonna get next week?
A lot
Oh,
of
that he's doing drugs to heighten his abilities.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the ugly and the sister's the pretty. So, like, again, this
Okay,
duality
polar
situation.
opposites.
I was like, okay, this is cute. I see where we're going here. We just need to get it together. And their fighting styles are cool. They both fight together, which is, I'm like, she still be using these belts, while still fighting and stuff too. It's like that synchronicity portion. So I feel like that's like the one thing again that's missing is the sync part. Except the wife and the Sui guy, they're doing the same thing. It's like they're kind of moving at the same speed. He was like getting stabbed again. Why I think he's dying, because he know he's gonna die. He's like, these kunai's gonna stab me, but I already know I'm going to the grave.
He can't
So-
die.
But he did it because he
can't
had to
kill two
close the
Hashiras
distance.
in a row.
He did it because he had to close the distance on him. So I said, okay, cool. But Tanjiro is sinking really fast, and the brother, what's his name? The green hair demon. He's like,
Gyutaro.
how are you guys sinking so fast? What a
Right.
surprise! So again, like this is becoming a theme in the fight.
Well, we've seen Tanjiro step up greatly in this fight. I mean, granted, he has to.
He's the main character.
Well, yes, but he's definitely at the disadvantage here because he's got that wound going on. He put Nezuko to sleep, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta do my recovery breathing, or I'm gonna pass out." But here he is
that.
about to slash the dude's head off again. Is this
Mhm.
is this too, like, I don't know. I feel, is he really up to par like that? Is he like, are they just kind of, he's the hero, he's the protagonist?
I think they mentioned that sun breathing or flame breathing.
He went back
is-
to water breathing in this episode.
yeah.
He's a sun summoner.
He's
So,
water
like-
breathing though.
I mean, you're right, but I don't, maybe there's something more to it. But they keep boosting him up and then being like, this has a very bad physical effect on his body, so we gotta bring him back down in every single fight so far. So I think that's gonna play into it. Like, and I don't know, maybe can they kill 2 Hashira in a row? I think they can.
No, it's just there's
No, I don't
way
see that happening.
If it does, I mean, I'm gonna criticize it. That's gonna.
Yes.
No, they can kill him
Yeah.
twice. They can kill him twice, but this demon gotta die because the other one didn't die.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess the other one
Oh.
didn't die,
But the other one didn't die, it lived. And it can't be that they just wipe him out. So like it can be like, oh, he like helped him and killed him and stuff. And then he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna flash you person. And he dies like in a non-flashy way. Again, would be ironic. It's just a moment of like opportunity for them there. Another moment I would have said when he died, and then Nezuko and Tanjiro be coming out here and just killing the brother sister demons too.
No, Nezuko's
but
done.
I
I'm
also
sorry.
I love
Nezuko's
Nezuko.
dead.
Love,
she's
yes.
done.
Yeah, she's not gonna
She's
wake up
out.
anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
she's taking a nap. I get her. She did what she needed to do.
She did. I mean, I won't rule her out completely just because last week I ruled out Tanjiro. I thought he was out too because he took a lot of the blunt of the he took a huge like hit when it came to fighting what's her name, Daki, I guess, the
Daki.
female. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought Tanjiro was out. I'm like, okay, there's no way he's coming in. It's gonna be Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tengen up against the demons. But here we have Tanjiro coming in, and But I don't know. I guess Nezuko is out of the fight, but I can't rule her out yet.
No,
Not
she's
yet.
out because it's the classic. Here's a taste of the power.
Here's a taste of it.
Let's show what the power can do. But then that's it. Just get.
But they did the same thing with Tanjiro, with the whatever he awakened.
But
he used
Nezuko's,
it
a,
next
Nezuko's a
episode.
different case though, because Nezuko is the giant question mark of the series as far as
Okay.
how she works. Tanjiro just happened. Remember we said it. Oh, that dance my dad was doing around the fire. That's a technique.
That's the most important technique in the history of the story. Wow.
Right.
Who would have thought?
Nezuko's gonna be wearing that question mark on her head for a good while until
She's definitely Gohan in this scenario.
yeah,
Where she's
very much
where,
yeah, Gohan.
Yeah. Where like they give you a taste, like when Gohan like headbutted Raditz, or when he did other things, and then it wasn't until the Cell Saga that he actually mattered.
Right, where Goku's
Right.
like, actually, Gohan, your anger is so great. You could do it.
You can take him. Here's a sensu bean.
Right.
So
Nezuko, you're like the only demon who can grow boobies and deflate them instantly. You're the one who's gonna.
First off, correct. I want to know
Correct.
her secret. And
Right.
second off, Nezuko is strong as hell.
Yes.
She that last episode. I think she could definitely take some of the people on the team because first off, when she they cut her head off and she was like holding on with like blood or whatever, I said, "Oh girl, she's got a little something," and I was like, she's gonna be like the next level of like that other guy. What's the main demons guy? Master Muzan or
Muzan. Right.
Moves on.
yeah, him. And I was like, he really gonna want her like real bad. So that's gonna be really cool. But what I will say is that you had mentioned something about Tanjiro being out. Tanjiro can't be out. He has to like be the one to like do something because there's no way like he cannot be the one to like not finish the deed. But I think that with him being a sun breather or a sun summoner or whatever it is, if they're going off of like just stalling out the fight until the sun comes out or something, or he does something like brings the sun to like disintegrate these freaking demons, that's totally possible. But the sun, they mentioned in the first episode of the season that he can like, not how about to say bend. He can do like all the art forms or all the different ones. Like he could do fire and
Well,
water.
because they're all derived from sun.
The sun is like a metaphor for like life, right? Because without like the sun, like we'll be dead, right? So if everything derives from the sun, he can do everything. So he's gonna probably get like other power ups throughout like the series. I would assume that he's not gonna just do fire and water.
Oh, sounds very Midoriya like multiple quirks.
Wow.
The similarities, interesting.
Wow.
Right. I wonder where they draw these from. But no,
I can't wait to see My Hero Mechanics in a good anime.
I mean,
My Hero is a good anime. What?
exactly.
that's
yeah.
a topic for again.
For her.
Chooses violence. Right.
Chooses violence all the time. But no, this series definitely does draw some inspiration from like other series. We haven't talked about it a lot. The backstory with Tengen, that reminds me of the village hidden in the mist.
Oh,
Like,
what? He had to kill the brothers and did he have to kill them?
He
Or?
didn't have to kill them, but like
Oh, they just die.
They just died. Yeah, like I guess the life of a shinobi. Like a lot of brothers and siblings and friends die along the way. It just reminded me of Naruto because the shinobi and how.
Well, very much. Yes.
Oh yeah, and it's like they had to all die, and it's like only him and his brother. I'm like, what is this like Sai storyline? Literally from Naruto
That's right.
with him and his brother. And I was like, okay, so where's the brother coming out? So watch this brother pop out of nowhere and be the one kicker sibling to make this shit go. I don't know. That
Or
was
maybe the
random.
brother's
That
a
they mentioned the
demon.
brother
Who
and he didn't
knows?
die. Where he at though?
He never
I don't
died.
know.
He didn't say he died.
He might be a demon for all we know, or maybe there is a league of shinobi HASHIRA who are out here doing the same thing as the Demon Slayer Corps, but maybe better. You know, you mean to tell me the Demon Slayer Corps is the only faction of people in Japan fighting demons?
Yes.
Where are the samurai?
Successfully.
Where are the samurai?
I can find a demon.
The
I'll
samurai
die with
is the
it.
demon slayer.
Yeah, right. I was thinking that. Yeah, they're basically samurai, but you know, shinobi. They're modern. Where are the guns? They have guns here. They got trains.
Yeah,
Where are the
Taisho
guns?
era is like early
The 1900s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It
late
was the
18,
beginning
early
of
19, right?
Westernization, of Japan.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, where's the
Yeah.
modern weaponry? Why is everyone using swords? You mean to tell me you can't blow off a demon's head?
Because they don't want to pull from Jujutsu Kaisen now
Is
with
that
the
what they
gun
do?
person.
Is there a
Or
gun person
Chainsaw
on there?
Man.
Literally. Or my hero with the gun guy.
Oh,
Oh my!
well, I don't remember him. Was he a
I'm the
giant
gun
gun?
Hashira.
I am the.
He's like, I bring the guns. Boom,
Y'all
boom.
Y'all talking
Oh my
about
God.
sun breathing. You never met the pinnacle.
But
of
also
destruction.
guns would be like dumb. Well, I guess they could be workful because you have to slice the demon's head. So it's like if they're going off the slicing, they need swords, you
But
know.
like if you
Unless they're
blast
gonna-
their head off,
Well, if you
Like,
blast
There's
their
nothing to
limbs
slice.
off,
Attack on
There
Titan,
needs to
same
be.
thing. They just have
It
to
needs to have
slash
the
it.
sun energy. It needs
it
to have the
needs
sun energy.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If not, they can just regenerate.
well, you can.
Actually, no. They established that it's aren't the katanas made of like a certain
Yes.
ore that
Material.
lets them cut the head off and it actually kills them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
But they can make
which-
bullets out of that though.
Well, real quick, because you just reminded me, those kunais that they used were laced.
Oh yeah.
That stopped him from
Yeah.
regenerating, and I was like,
And
oh,
the
wow.
bomb.
And the bombs, yeah, the little pellets.
Right. I was like, okay. They're
They
getting.
The show is just having plot holes. That's what's happening.
No, I don't call it a plot
No.
hole. I think it's, of course, there's a material out there. Like I forget, and he said the thing too. Started with a W.
It started with a V.
With
Was it a V or a W?
Wisteria, I think it's called.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Wisteria.
it prevent what? So it prevents them from regenerating.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
happened, right?
Yeah, that's the logic. Yeah.
It's like a poison.
Mhm.
Okay, so if they have that, why don't they share this with the other Ashiras and the other people in the Demon Corps?
Because they're.
I mean, they
because
have a
they're
bunch of
shinobi.
kunai knife made out of that. Like,
That's
put
a
it in
good
your
question.
sword. That way, if you
But
cut
I-
off somebody's
It
arm,
is
it's
in
not
their sword.
regenerating.
It is in their sword though.
But I
But
think-
when they cut off other people's arm in the show, the arm still regenerate. But this kunai
Yeah, it's
knife,
not
which
in the
was
sword. This stuff is
minuscule.
not
Oh,
in the
okay.
sword.
Okay.
yeah,
right,
it's
right.
not. So why don't they introduce it? Why are they not sharing this thing around?
I think it's
Then they
because
wouldn't have a
They
show.
secrecy.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have a
I
show.
think it's because of just like in universe. I think the answer is that every Hashira is full of themselves to a little bit, and they're like, my way will get this done. Because look at all the Hashira that we've seen, and they've all been extremely stubborn that they can be better than the other Hashira, as well as eliminate all the demons.
Except
like-
Rengoku.
No,
Hold on,
Rengoku.
wait, I don't get this from
Rengoku was
Tengen
stubborn
either.
about being, huh?
Tengen is very open to working together. You know,
He is. Wait, oh, yes, but the man that literally tried to kidnap people and was like, "I don't really want you to come along, so I'm just gonna do this, and you can stay
until
here."
he saw their worth, then he was like,
You
you
have
know,
to be proven wrong.
right. Which I get that. I get that.
Yeah, Naruto Kakashi, hello, is like, pass my bell test.
Oh my god, the white hair.
Oh, what you drawing? You think this dude
Oh,
is Kakashi
it all
like?
clicks. It all
No.
clicks. He has
All
the
makes
I'm waiting because again they haven't established what you see it, that thing in his eye, the marking on his eye, if that's just aesthetically pleasing marking, or like a Sharingan, he does something with it and it clicks and
Is
he brings out a power. I don't know.
Oh my god!
yeah? Isn't it weird how him and Tanjiro both have markings around their left eye?
Tanjiro's a
Oh, interesting.
birthmark, isn't it?
No, it's
No,
not.
he was
It's a
burned.
literally-
He said
Yeah.
It was a
burned,
burn,
yeah.
and then he got injured. So
Well, they mentioned though a few episodes ago how they were like, oh yeah, of course you work with the sun guy. There was this one guy that came to go have sex with me, the sex demon prostitute or whatever, and you remind me of that. But it wasn't him. It was like because of the blood was like reacting to.
Oh, it was his dad. I'm telling you, it's his.
Yeah,
dad.
no, it was his dad. But
Right.
the blood that was
How
being
is-
scared was the Muzan's blood that's inside of her.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, it's because you have that thing. But then it's like, no, it's not, because he wasn't born with that burn red thing. Like,
How can it be
Right.
his dad?
oh, for sure it's his dad.
Oh,
It's
okay,
his-
so
There's
y'all
no way that's his dad.
y'all missed
Who the
it.
hell was it?
Wait,
Like, Tenet?
wait, just to be sure, we're talking about the little flashback in the last
Yes.
episode where we see
Yeah.
that's his dad.
That's the dad.
Nino.
Yeah, it's
That's
his
the
dad.
Because the dad is
Mm.
like shrouded in mystery. We know nothing about him, and then you see this shrouded figure in a flashback.
That seems to
It's
me
like-
like an ancestor, like from long ago. Tanjiro literally said
the
that his
earrings.
dad was his dad. What do you call it? Yeah, but that was passed down from his family. Tanjiro literally said that his dad was a very sickly man who literally and near the end or near almost all the time that he knew that Tanjiro knew him, he could not even get up from bed some days because he
But
was
we don't
so
know
sick.
how the dad was before he was born. For all we know, that was the dad in his younger days when he was running around.
Mm.
Then he decided to settle down once he got
And-
injured.
And not only that, Tanjiro is probably not the best source of information on what his dad was, because he didn't even know the sun dance was a dance like to use as an attack. He's
Yeah,
like,
he
"Oh,
thought the dad was probably crazy, like staying in the forest.
Yeah, all Tanjiro knows is Cole. That's it.
oh,
All
Yeah,
signs point
and-
to dad.
Yeah, and also
I'm
the
saying
dad.
it's not.
The dad's probably tired during the day. He's like, wife, you gonna take care of these kids, and I will protect y'all at night. Well, that's why y'all been living your life in this boonies area
Oh.
of the mountains.
reproduce like
He's like, I'm gonna
rabbits."
come and kill them, and he goes at nighttime to do his demon stuff.
And not to mention, now that we're talking about Tanjiro's family, Muzan going after Tanjiro's family is too directed. You mean to tell me
That
the
is
king of the
true.
demons went up to look, instead of going to a city where he makes his base, to turn people, he went all the way up to the mountain to find the Cole family, the family
But the
that
dad was
mines
already
Cole.
dead.
But no, it's targeted. It was targeted though.
He
It
went
was-
out of his
I'm still
way
saying-
to
I'm still
attack.
saying it's an ancestor. That can't be his dad. Because how come no one knows? If he was a HASHIRA or anyone like this, how come no one knows about him?
Well, that's the thing. Here
He
we
wasn't a
are.
HASHIRA. He was just that bitch.
Right.
Oh, can I curse on here?
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
Lord.
And here we learned about Rengoku having a whole lineage of Hashira he came from. Who's to say the other Hashira don't have a lineage, So we will find out more as the series goes on. But all signs point to Daddy-O, Nino.
So you want to know something? All signs point that that's his ancestor. I think this happened way in the past. So
You ride that
we'll
train.
see.
You ride that
All right.
train.
All right.
The Mugen train.
You the
Ooh.
Mugen train.
But what was I gonna say? All I know is the Prince of All Evil, or the Master Muzan, he's shaking in his boots when he sees that blood.
Shit
So
hurt me too.
I can't wait till that happens, which will be forever from now. But back to this episode, y'all got movie vibes. I got movie vibes from like this one, like this fight sequencing. This season was like good, and I was glad because Tanjiro usually be on his like baby stuff. Like he'd always be like, I can't die because if not, the Mugen conductor is gonna be a prisoner or a murderer. Or he's always like a baby. He's like, why can't I do this? I'm pathetic. And now he's like just ballsing up, and he's like, I got some recovery breathing. I can't be a hindrance for the tens or whatever. And he's
Character
like actually backing
development.
him up like legit. And I was like, good, stop being a little bitch and get up and do the job.
Character development.
Yeah, this does feel like we're getting to the climax of this arc. The animation has been gorgeous this whole season, and I also feel like the directing of animation has been really great. Like in the previous episodes, like there's been a really good tension building, and then here you can tell what's happening, who's slashing who, what attack they're using, and they're really using the 3D 2D model
Oh
really
my
well.
god, they know how to use that.
Yeah.
That can be a very aesthetically unpleasing form of art in terms of animation, but if you do it right, you get the result that we saw this episode. It looked amazing. I remember commenting on the 3D animation earlier, and it just looked great.
Yeah, very well blended, especially when they were going back and forth between the belts coming
between
down.
the two fights. Yeah.
Right. I thought that was movie vibes is a good way to put it. This might have been the episode they put all the money into, but I'm sure
They put every anime in this episode. When she did that third eye, giving me Third Eye Sun from Black Clover 2, I said every single anime is in Demon Slayer right now, and they living. But yeah, no, it was definitely movie vibes because I was like, all right, now we're splitting them up. Now we're gonna give Zenitsu and the boarhead guy.
Boarhead,
Inosuke.
give respect on Inosuke.
Inosuke is good. If anything, Inosuke has had the most like development opportunities, I feel, because he came from like being like this super rural person, still rural as hell, and still does like dumb stuff. He's like, ooh, goat god, or whatever.
You can't get anyone's
Worm
name
lady.
right.
Worm lady.
but he's like actually like growing, so to speak, or at least he's like doing the job.
I feel like he is. Yeah, he's definitely growing.
Yeah, especially with that moment of freezing that he had with Rengoku, where he's like, I'll just get in the way. Like I feel like this season really, and really this episode really picked up of like the arcs of all these characters so far. Like you can really see that they're really caring about where these characters are going first, and then letting the fights tell that story.
Yeah, I said, this arc feels like the demonstration of power / demonstration of like their mindset and their mental and where they are. They recognize, how the Mugen Train could have gone a whole lot better. They recognize their own weakness, whether it be strength or ability, and now they are proving themselves and stepping up. Like what? Who said it before? Did Zenitsu ever talk before in his sleep?
No, I don't think so.
No,
only
yeah,
to
he was
say
having
not like this, but he's had like little moments or whatever.
Form 1.
He does talk. If you guys watch the Mugen Train recap, 7 episodes or whatever, because not the movie, but like the other one,
the series,
he's like, he starts talking a little bit, like he's like, I gotta protect Nezuko or whatever, like stupid shit like that. Again, if him and Nezuko don't end up together, I'm gonna be like so stupid. But also I'll be like, hashtag that's what love be like. But what was I gonna say? The Inosuke, is that his even name? I don't even know.
It's like Sasuke.
Take
out the sauce.
Sasuke's child. Inosuke. There you go. Again, bringing in another anime into this. But he talked a lot in the Mugen Train arc too with the character development, because he's like, Tanjiro again being a little baby. I can't be cursing all that. But
you're fine.
This is
an adult show. Like,
it is.
Demon Slayer is
I'm an adult.
blood. Whatever. Yes, you're fine.
Good. Tanjiro's being a little bitch. And Inosuke is like, get up. This is not what Master Rengoku would have wanted to. And then like even in this arc with Ten, he's like the one that actually like did the job of like spying in on the thing. Like Zenitsu was just got captured like a dumbass, and he's just like, little girls, make sure you're okay. And then Tanjiro,
he wasn't being a coward. He wasn't being a coward.
Yeah, he
That's
stepped up. He
point.
knew that girl was the demon. Come on.
And
remember,
that's development, because he would not have done that before. Zenitsu from season 1 would not have done that.
The pussy be making him go.
I'm dead. But remember what this lady said, and I'm like, you said that for a reason, but she said that after that, only someone with the HASHIRA level can sense that I'm even a demon. And Zenitsu literally got it on his first try. Like, this is not
growth.
This is not human.
Growth.
Yes, I guess. I guess. I mean, you're right. They're gonna have to speed things up because if they just keep crying and just getting one form every time, we're gonna be like, what's going on? But we have to still get like, they're still gonna have, I would assume, an arc for every single Hashira that's happening. You know.
I mean, they might start combining Hashiras.
I think, yeah.
Right.
I think they're gonna do that.
Well, if there's only 12 moons. Obviously, you're not gonna need a bunch for the lower halves. But if Muzan is getting scared, he's gonna start making these moons team up.
He might make more, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe are the upper 6 and lower 6 people.
Yeah, the lower 6, I think, kind of moved on.
I'm glad y'all brought this up. Y'all see my background? This bitch is in the moon. One, she's a demon, but two, if this is good duality again, because Tanjiro is the sun, so maybe she's gonna be like the moon person. I just be noticing this show be doing a lot of like good and evil and like that kind of stuff. And I was like, she gonna take care of everyone at night because name of the day, day and night. I just see a lot of it. I love that part of Demon Slayer. I think that's the one thing that like takes me back to it, is that they're like really good at that. And of course the animation and the fight style. But there's a lot of times the comedy just not hitting. The comedy is very like childish for some stuff, but these fight scenes like this right now is some real like, ooh, I'll be screaming. I'll be in the group chat being like, hey, call me, because it's going crazy.
Right.
It does keep me at the edge of my seat. I think we are heading towards the climax too, because I think the title card for the next episode is defeating the demon or something. It was something concrete, like they're gonna kill the demons next episode. So
the demons,
one more,
or a person,
or potentially a person. I don't know.
They cannot drag out this fight anymore.
They can't. Yeah.
Keep it hot. Keep it the way it is right now, and get to the point. I think one more episode of just craziness like this. I think is a good send off.
Agreed. So with that said, we can I think we've covered this episode and just the overall arc a lot in this conversation. Do we have any final predictions or what we would like to see in the culmination of this arc, which we know is coming to an end?
I have a prediction. I feel like that man that you have behind you's backstory is gonna be so stupid. I feel like he's gonna be like, every day I what do you call it? I saw boys that were better looking than me and I felt jealous, so I became a demon. And that's just gonna be it.
You know what? Let it be. If that's the dude's motivation.
It's the duality, like Apex was saying. You have a sister that is, has vanity through her veins, and she thinks she's the most beautiful person. And then you have the brother who is self-conscious about everything, and he hates better-looking guys than him. We'll see. We'll see what happens with his backstory.
They're definitely like fraternal or something from family happen, that they consider each other brother and sister, because also the sister, she's always like, I don't like ugly things around me, but she chilling with him maybe because he can kill her, but like there's that too.
I feel like they're gonna run away. That's it, really. I doubt they're gonna die.
You feel like they're gonna, hit escape and flee?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna run away. The more I'm thinking about it, because we know the lower 6 are dead. Those are just the upper 6. I feel like if we kill an upper 6 right now, either they're gonna run away or they're gonna die, and Muzan is immediately gonna replace them with somebody else. They can't kill one of the upper 6 so early into the show.
But remember,
I mean, I don't know how long the manga was, but still.
It's the bottom though. They're like, this is just number 6.
Yeah, but it's still the upper 6. Remember, they were still the upper 6.
That's
I mean, they were the worst of the best, but they were still part of the best.
We're the best.
Yeah.
Listen, they gotta show a Hashira coming out on top, because you had Rengoku getting like tossed around like a rag doll in the last one.
The wife is injured and she's gonna end up dying. She's gonna cost him his life if he dies, because I don't know what she's doing on the battlefield when she can barely crawl to get on top of that roof. The demon saw her, they're gonna slash her in half, or he's gonna save her, and that's how he's gonna get injured. Or they might just bait his death. He's gonna have a flashback of what happened to his family, and he's gonna wake up in the hospital where the butterfly girls are. That's what's gonna happen.
I think Toasty has some. I think Toasty's onto something. I feel like they might run away, but Muzan is just gonna be like, "Oh, you failed me.
Oh, and kill
You're
him
not as
himself.
beautiful as I thought you were,"
I
and then
can see
replace
that.
him.
Assertion of power.
They
Right.
win the battle, and that's what causes them to run away, and then they get killed by Muzan. Okay, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
they getting killed. A lot of people gonna die.
They getting killed. Okay.
Yes. Tens whoever, the Hashira, he dead. I'm calling that. But I'm calling that he's gonna die. These demons gonna die. I want the Inosuke and Zenitsu combo move to come out.
Oh,
already.
yes.
That I'm waiting for that to happen. Some earth and electricity power, realness. And then what was the last thing? Also, where is this brother? Because the brother of the tens, whatever, which maybe he won't come on the battlefield, but you know how like when they die, they like Tanjiro goes to their family and is like, "Hey, I'm breaking you the news."
They're not gonna copy and paste
the
it.
brother.
Can't.
Go find the brother, be like, "Hey, your brother died." Now they're like the next set of Hashira, but the brother gonna be dead, or I don't know. This brother that was so random to bring the brother in and that he didn't die.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
It's very simple. If Tengen doesn't die, there's another opportunity for the brother to come into the series again.
Yeah.
For them to meet him. If he does die, there's an opportunity
there.
for the brother to come back into the series.
Actually,
Plot twist.
they might be setting up the brother to become an Ashura himself, for all we know, because an Ashura has died. So they have to replace Rengoku. Rengoku's spot can just stay empty. There has to be a replacement. So for all we know, the brother's gonna show up, and that's gonna cause some tension.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause didn't they
Rengoku's
say the
spot, his brother. Rengoku has a brother too.
No, his
Who's
brother said he's done. Rengoku's
Oh
done.
yeah, that's right. He said,
Yeah,
"I'm
his
out."
little brother is a little kid. Like he can't do anything. He's gonna get killed.
Well, he accepted it too. He was like, "Oh, I'm not cut out for this. This is not what I was born for."
He's a
I'm gonna-
housewife. He's not going anywhere.
Her.
That's
I-
terrible. That's terrible.
Didn't they say the brother, Tengen's brother, was like his dad?
Yes,
Or-
Tengen's brother's
Yeah, he's like
his
the
dad.
dad. He doesn't
terrible
care about the
person.
girls or the shinobis. He just goes in. Whatever gets the mission done, he does it.
Yes.
He's Kakashi.
Well, Kakashi.
Old Kakashi. Now
Yes.
the new Kakashi would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But I
'cause-
mean,
Yeah.
but he also could be inside the Shinobi Alliance or Shinobi Force, because this Hashira, he's the only Shinobi, but he like ran away. So like, there's probably like this whole force of people, and maybe like that'll bring like an army kind of situation. I don't know, pulling off from every anime in the world. But all I'm saying is he dead. I think he's gonna die, and I definitely am waiting for this combo move. I think those two, I'm pretty comfortable
They've
saying.
been emphasizing the synergy. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, on
Yeah.
both fronts, we gotta
On
see it.
both.
We gotta
Yeah.
see Tanjiro step up and not be a burden, and we gotta see these
Which
two
he's
prove
shown.
themselves. I mean, if Tanjiro can prove himself to her, these two should not have a problem, even if she's a little powered up, because it's two of them. So yeah, I think it'll be beautiful. And looking at the episode list, I believe this is the last episode for at least this arc is concerned.
What, the
So-
next episode?
Well, yeah, just looking at it, says it only goes to 16.
Oh,
Oh,
and yeah, definitely.
right.
Wow.
For
Okay.
this arc, I don't know for all of season 2,
Okay.
but for this arc,
Right.
right?
Wait, we're already at episode 16?
It's
we're in-
episode
Hey.
They're
16
counting.
of, yeah, they're counting the Mugen train.
train part.
Yeah. Well, I think they'll do it if they keep the 26 episode like seasons. I mean, like the last one, the season 1, they ended like episode 19 or 20 of like the main arc, right? And then they had
Oh,
like these
yeah.
5 or 6 episodes of like just like where are we off to next? kind of stuff. So that makes sense.
Right.
But it's not ending next episode because he was like, "Oh, he's about." They end the episode with
There's a lot
saying
to
that he's about to
wrap
get
up.
his head cut off, and hell no, he's not gonna get his head cut off. He's going
smiling.
to kill him.
It's over. This fight's over. This fight's
Gyutaro
over.
has an ace up his sleeve.
Yeah,
he-
a couple more blood sickles, but it ain't gonna be enough.
His legs aren't regenerating.
Because if the other
People
Kunoichi come in, it's what? That's do the math.
They're dying.
6 on 2.
6.
I'm
6
sorry,
on 2.
7 on 2.
With
Don't
Nezuko
even
in the
put
box.
them. They're like 0.5s, if that.
That kunai cannon proved a big help. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
a game changer.
she ended up stabbing her own husband because he literally
got stabbed.
knows he's gonna
It was
die.
an opening. It was an opening that he knew.
He knows he's gonna die. He's like, just throw a kunai into my neck.
Look, you want to talk about synchronicity? Bam. That was a planned move. They know that. That's a move they ran.
Nothing more
many
synchronized than
times.
going in the way of the move that's going to kill the demon.
Listen, she did it and he moved and bam, they were working together. They've been practicing, okay? The other two come, they're going to do some other big combo. Tanjiro's going to pick up on it and Tanjiro's going to come in with the final kill, but then he misses at the last second, but then Tengen gets it at the last second. Bam, over.
All right.
Okay.
Rest my case.
I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we'll see next week.
I'm still rooting for Nezuko. I want her.
She's out.
I love her.
She,
I love
we
her
had
too,
her
but she's
moment.
out. Right,
We
she
saw-
had her moment.
When she was crip walking on that guy's neck, I said, kill that motherfucking girl. It's like, yes, you better stomp on that hoe. But yes, I love her.
Time will tell when we come next week. But yeah, I think Dr. Jace, I think we covered just about everything as far as this episode is concerned. Again, this arc could have been a copy and paste. Right now it's at a copy. We don't know about a paste. We'll see next week. But listen, folks, catch us next week on what could be the finale of the Entertainment District arc of Demon Slayer Season 2. We are the folks at the Yonkō Table. Remember to follow us on all social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, wherever you want to listen to us, whether that be YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts, we got you covered with your anime fill of Demon Slayer. So without further ado, GrandMasterHoop, DrJaceAttorney, Toasty, NinoDesplasado, and Apex signing off. Take care, everybody.